Welcome to the Get Fit Guys quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield and I'm the Get Fit Guy. It would seem that the almighty crunch is the gold standard for getting a flat stomach. Ate too much? Just do a few hundred extra crunches. Not sure what ab workout to do at the gym? Drop and crunch. Want to have a six-pack like Sylvester Stallone in Rocky? Crunch, crunch, crunch. But are crunches really the best way to get a flat stomach, a six-pack, or a strong core? In this episode, you'll find out why crunches may not be the best ab exercise, and you'll learn 10 alternatives for a flat stomach workout. So here's why crunches don't work. Imagine your spine is a credit card. In the same way that repeatedly flexing and extending a credit card will eventually lead to wearing out of the card and that little white line that starts to appear on the spine of the card, repeatedly performing the same crunching motion over and over again can put a lifetime of damaging strain on your back. The reason for this is that each of your spinal discs is only able to support a limited number of bending motions over the course of your lifetime before you get a bad back, low back pain, a disc bulge, or a disc herniation. Because it involves lying on your back and repeatedly bending and extending at the spine, the crunch motion is a big culprit when it comes to placing excessive strain directly on the portion of the low back that has the most nerves and is most susceptible to this wear and fatigue. You've probably been taught that if you're going to pick a heavy object off the ground and you don't want to hurt your spine, you should bend at the knees and not at the back. But anytime you do a crunch or a sit-up, you're bending at the back over and over and over again. In the episode How to Get a Flat Stomach, you learned that bending and extending at the spine only works just one part of your abdominal muscles, the rectus abdominis. But to have a truly flat stomach, you also need to work the three other sections of your abdominals, the external obliques, the internal obliques, and the transversus abdominis. Each of the following 10 crunch alternatives allows you to avoid the excessive bending and extending of your back while also working most of these other muscles. So for these exercises that I'm about to describe to you, choose a weight that allows you to do 10 to 15 repetitions. Doing 25, 50, or 100 repetitions of an abdominal exercise does not get you good results because if you can do that many repetitions, then you're not using high enough force to stimulate a significant muscle fiber response. The only exception is if you wanted to do just a few crunches, like say one set of 25 crunches to warm up your abdominals before you move on to these crunch alternatives. Now, I am going to put a video for each of these exercises into the show notes over at getfitguy.quickanddirtytips.com for those of you who want to see as well as hear the description of these exercises. So, here we go. Crunch alternative number 10, cable torso twists. For this exercise, hold a cable or an elastic band at arm's length and twist your body. To do this exercise properly, imagine your belly button is pointing straight forward, and then you rotate your belly button about 30 degrees. So you don't have to rotate very far to feel this exercise, and rotating too far could actually hurt your back. The trick is to keep your arms straight and your core tight as you rotate, holding onto that cable or elastic band. Use a weight that allows you to do 10 to 15 reps. Crunch alternative number 9, the wood chopper. Now, the wood chopper is somewhat similar to the cable torso twists, except this time you hold a dumbbell, medicine ball, elastic band, or cable, and you rotate from high to low. So you start with extended arms above your shoulder and then chop down and across your body to the outside of your hips, as if you were holding an axe and chopping a block of wood. So imagine Paul Bunyan hoisting an axe overhead, then swinging it down across the body. Now, you can also do a reverse wood chopper in which you start with the cable or elastic band or weight at your hip and then swing it up and across your shoulder. Number 8, front planks. Now, there are many variations of the front plank exercise, but they all involve a starting position with your elbows bent and your body in an extended belly down position, supported by your forearms at one point and your feet at the other point. You can imagine a zipper zipping down your midsection as you hold the front plank position and keep your abdominals tight. You can simply hold this position, or to make it more difficult, you could alternate tapping your feet or reaching with one arm and then the other arm, and I'll put a link to both those variations in the show notes. Number 7, side planks. Now, side planks are similar to front planks, but instead, you are on your side, supporting yourself on just one arm so that your belly button is facing to one side or the other side. From this position, you could do more advanced exercises like, say, raising a dumbbell with the arm that's not against the ground, or rotating with that arm underneath your body and then above your body. Thank goodness for YouTube, because I will put a link to those videos in the show notes as well. Number 6, stability ball plank. Are you seeing a pattern here? The reason the planking motion is such a great alternative to the crunch is that it uses all the abdominal muscles but doesn't require that bending and extending at the spine. So if your forearms don't like the front plank position, the stability ball plank is a great option. You simply put your legs up on a stability ball and you support the rest of your body in a push-up position with your hands. So you can make this exercise more difficult by placing your toes instead of, say, your shins or your lower legs on the ball. In other words, the farther the ball is away from you, the more difficult the strain on your abdominals is going to be. Crunch alternative number 5 is the stability ball knee to chest exercise. So once you've mastered the stability ball plank position, all you do is from that position simply pull your knees up to your chest and then extend back out into the plank position. And once again, you could do 10 to 15 repetitions of an exercise like this. Just make sure that you're able to comfortably hold that stability ball plank position before you move to a more advanced exercise like the stability ball knee to chest, or crunch alternative number 4, which is the stability ball pike. When the stability ball knee to chest exercise gets easy, you can move to pikes, in which you start in that same stability ball plank position, but then you pull your butt up towards the sky while keeping your legs completely straight. So you're basically going to look like a capital letter A at the top of this exercise. And then you extend back down again into your starting position of that stability ball plank. Crunch alternative number 3 is the bridge. And the reason that I suggest you include the bridge is because as you work your abdominals, you also need to maintain your low back strength so that you don't create some kind of muscular imbalance. You can perform a low back strengthening bridge by lying on your back on the ground, then simply thrusting your hips up towards the sky. Now, this may get easy pretty quickly, so there are more advanced variations. For example, you could try a single leg bridge or a stability ball bridge, and I'll put a link to both those videos in the show notes. Number 2, medicine ball side throws. We're going to finish with 2 of my favorite and most violent abdominal exercises. So for the medicine ball side throws, grab a medicine ball, which is one of those small but deceptively heavy balls you can find at the gym, and then head to an area where you have a solid wall and preferably no people around. Twist your body to one side and then twist back and actually throw that ball against the wall using your core and your abdominals. Catch the ball as it bounces off the wall and comes back to you, and then repeat. Once you've completed a series of throws for one side, face the other direction and complete another series of throws for the opposite side. Keep your arms straight and your abdominals tight, and you'll really feel this one in your twisting core muscles. Finally, crunch alternative number 1 is the medicine ball slams. To do this exercise, you simply hold the medicine ball overhead as high as you can get it, and then you slam it into the ground as hard as you can while keeping your abs tight and breathing out forcefully as you slam that ball down. As you can imagine, this exercise is also a fantastic way to let off steam after a hard day at work. So those are 10 crunch alternatives and should keep you busy not crunching for quite a while. If you have more questions about the crunch or the alternatives to the crunch that I've just described, then head over to the Get Fit Guy Facebook page at facebook.com/getfitguy, where we have awesome exercise conversations happening all week long. Until next time, this is the Get Fit Guy asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.